Hey guys, it's Brooke again, here with your September yoga workout. I'm so glad that you guys have been loving these. I really love making them for you. So since September is Melt Your Muffin Top, I decided to do a core focused yoga workout. Just remember when you're going through these poses, you want to keep your spine or your belly button pressed to your spine. That's going to keep your core engaged the whole time and really help get those small core muscles that we don't really think about that much. It's going to help bring your whole core, both abs and low back, in and help tighten everything in addition to the workouts that we're already doing. Okay, so first thing we want to go through, we'll just go through a quick sun salutation. You always want to start with a few of these to warm up the body. It's kind of like a slow yoga burpee almost. Okay, so coming back, we always start our sun salutation standing in the front of the mat in mountain pose, nice and tall. We inhale and bring the arms up, and exhale, we're going to swan dive forward and forward fold. Inhale, come into a half lift, our back is parallel to the ground. We're going to exhale and step back into a plank, or we're going to bring our knees to the ground. From here, we want to lower the elbows, keeping them close to the body, so we're either in knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. And then we're going to press into either cobra or up dog. Flip the feet or back on the toes and push back into down dog. And then we can walk the feet forward and reverse swan dive back up. And that's our sun salutation. A few of those at the beginning are going to help warm up the body and get you ready to stretch and do all your core work. From there, we're going to come into a standing airplane to stick pose. So starting on your mat, we're going to take all the weight into the left leg. I'm going to step it forward, and I'm going to send my right toes back. I'm going to bring my hands to prayer, so hands are right at my heart, and I'm going to keep my body in this straight line and pivot at my hips till I can get my leg parallel to the ground. If you have a hard time keeping your balance here, you can put your arms out in airplane arms or at a T to help keep your balance. If you're good here, you want to steeple your grip and then shoot your arms out in front of you. This is stick pose. Your body's in a nice long line, and just come back up. You want to hold that for about 30 seconds if you can, whichever version you like. Okay? You want to do that on both sides, so left leg standing and then right leg standing. You can do a sun salutation or 2 or 5 in between if you want this to be a little more cardio and keep your heart going. If not, you can just go from pose to pose and work more on building strength. Okay, so from there, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come to a tabletop dancer's pose. So we're going to be on all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. To come to our tabletop dancer's pose, I'm going to send out opposite arm and opposite leg. So my right arm and my left leg will extend here. You want to try to keep both hip bones pointing toward the ground and both shoulders even as well. If that's enough of a challenge, you can hold here. For a little bit more of a challenge, you can kick that foot up. For even more of a challenge, we're going to take our right hand, reach around the outside of the body, and grab for the back foot, pushing the top of that back foot into the arm if you can. So it's kind of like dancer's pose, but on the ground. Then we'll slowly release to parallel and sit down. Okay, so again, we're taking the right arm around the right side of the body and then reaching on a diagonal kind of across your low back and your butt to get to the foot. Okay, so that's our tabletop dancer's pose. Next thing is going to be boat pose. Okay, boat pose, we're just going to find a comfortable seat. Legs are bent, feet up in front of us. And we want to find that balance point. So I'm going to hug my knees, make just a slight C curve, walk to the tiptoes, and then rock back till I find that balance point on my sits bones. From here, I want my calves to be parallel to the ground. I can hold under the thighs, beside the legs or arms out. If I want more of a challenge, I can straighten my legs. Or if I want even more of a challenge, you can grab for your big toe and work to straighten the legs as well. So whatever you choose for boat pose, this I find to be a pretty adequate challenge. You want to hold for about 30 seconds. Okay. Again, we can add in a sun salutation whenever we want in between any of the moves. Next thing we want to do to counter all this ab work is we want some low back work. This is our core. It's both sides. Balance. Okay. So we want to do either bow or locust pose. So we're going to lay on the stomach. Locust pose is the more intermediate version. So locust, we're laying on the stomach. Arms are beside our body in airplane arms. We lengthen the fingers and the feet behind us and use that length to lift the upper and lower body off the ground. That's locust. If we want bow pose, we're going to kick the feet up, grab for the outsides of the feet or the ankles, and we're going to kick those feet into those hands, which is going to pull us all the way up into our bow pose. Again, going through a sun salutation or a few if you'd like. Next, we're going to come into a small plank series. So the first thing is just going to be a plank hold. 30 seconds. You can either do it on your hands or on your forearms, whatever you'd like. That's your plank hold. Then we're going to do a side variation. What I like to do for the side variation is plant my left hand in the center of the mat, left knee underneath me, right foot, toes either on the mat or right leg out parallel, and then we'll get our arm rotation. This helps me to stabilize my body while focusing on my core. I find that if I'm up on both feet, sometimes I can put a lot of weight on my wrist and I don't get the benefit of the exercise because I'm too worried about holding myself up. So if you want to be on both feet, go for it. If not, go for your knee down, same knee, same hand. That way you can really work on the core. So I'm going to be right here, left knee, left hand, right leg is up in the air, right arm is up. And we're going to sort of thread the needle. We're going to have an arm rotation here. So right arm goes down and through this little hole between my arm and my leg. I'm going to rotate it all the way back up. My gaze follows. It helps to not find a fixed point here. By changing your gaze, your body has to constantly adjust, which is adjusting all those little muscles in your core. Okay? If you want a little bit more of a challenge, we're going to be up both feet and same thing. So you want 5 of those on each side. The last thing that we're going to do is our dolphin push-up. So to do our dolphin push-up, we're going to start in a plank pose on our forearms. And we're going to push our hips up and back like we were going into down dog. We're making a V. And then into plank. And then our V. Plank. V. So each time you go through a V to a plank is 1. We want to try to do 5 of those each set. If you can do more, then do more. So remember, keeping belly button pushed to the spine, and we're working all aspects of our core, both abs and low back. Hope you guys enjoy your September yoga workout. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.